Esselamu Aleyküm ve Rahmetullah. Euzu billahi mineşşeytanirracim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rabbena atina fid dünya haseneten ve fil ahireti haseneten ve qina azabennar. Rabbena gfirli ve li valideyye ve lil mu'minine yevme yekumul hisab. Rabbi şrah li sadri ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي واجعل لي وزيرا من أهلي هارون أخي اشدد به أزري وأشركه في أمري كي نسبحك كثيرا ونذكرك كثيرا إنك كنت بنا بصيرا وصل اللهم على محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وأتباعه أجمعين والحمد لله رب العالمين. Inshallah, we will continue the section Araf of the Qur'an, and we studied up to the verse 82. So, the people of Lot responded to the prophet Lot, and there was accusation of Lot, and now they are carrying on. When the prophet Lot responded to them back in a positive way, asking them to be reasonable, and why do you do something that the human race has never did before? Then their response, ما كان جواب قومه, the only response of his people was, إلا أن قالوا, they said only this one, أخرجوهم من قريتكم. That is general attitude, drive them out of your town. إنهم أناس يتطهرون. Definitely they are humans or people who pretend to be pure by not doing what we do. It means if we don't follow the society, they find it difficult. They find it something strange, because why don't you go along with the flock, with the stream, general trend? So we have to understand one really essential problem of these kind of societies. We understand that this society, especially based on secularist understanding, secularist education, they have their philosophical view of creation, their understanding of creation, which goes along with their philosophy, which is secularism. It means God is not the creator, the purpose of creation is not taken into account. Only the purpose of this world is to be considered important in their eyes. So they accused the people who followed Lot, and they said they come and follow what the people do, but this society causes problems in human beings because of the meaninglessness, purposelessness of life, and asking people to concentrate on this life only is against the nature of, against the human nature. And they say only satisfy your daily life until you die. After you die, you are done. But this really strikes the expectations of human spirit, human feelings, and the human beings will never get satisfied with it. So as a result of this dissatisfaction, what the people are expected to do, especially young people who are looking for enjoyment, satisfaction, but they feel something within themselves that it is not really correct what is going on in this world. Why should I bother about anything? Since I'm going to die and disappear from the world. Yes, I want to have something. I have to struggle for it, but for what? Meaninglessness. After a certain age, people get used to it. Of course, they don't realize anymore because they are somehow under the influence of the heavy effect of this civilization, this understanding. They don't really think, but especially the young generation or every age, young generation are not satisfied with their life. They are looking for meaning, something satisfactory. They do this, they try that, no satisfaction. That is why the problems are occurring in this society. But secularist society offers only a superficial remedy for them. For example, you are free, whatever you want to do, whatever the way you satisfy your sexual desires, go ahead. No one is bothering you. If you feel somehow excluded from the society, no, we will provide it some certain freedom for you. We will have a very heavy propaganda that these people are really true to do whatever they want to do because they don't feel as other people do. Why do we oppress them? Let them be free. So they pave the way to do all kinds of crazy things. But we have to understand that they are all addictions, resulting in addictions. Still, I'm sure whatever the way they do it, they live with, they won't be satisfied because they will understand that it is not the end of satisfaction. It causes only the reaction to the society, all generations' values, because they think, look, they followed this, they didn't get satisfaction. I have to follow something else. This kind of psychological turbulences are going on in the minds of the people. And the solution, this civilization, they offer nothing but freedom of doing whatever they want to do. Whether it is harmful, it is useful, no. Unfortunately, that is what we see is the case. So we have to understand that this kind of attempts are the signs of dissatisfaction. And we have to find a solution for it. So وَأَنْجَيْنَا, the verse 82, وَأَنْجَيْنَاهُ وَأَهْلَهُ إِلَّا امْرَأَتَهُ. Sorry, I couldn't pronounce it. كَانَتْ مِنَ الْغَابِرِينَ. We saved him and his household, except his wife, who was among those that stayed behind. Now, there is a very interesting psychological, really, clues here that we have to be very careful. If I am in my mind a kind of inclination, I have inclination towards something my mind is busy with it. And if I am happy with it, and it is the rule of the creation that this thought of mine definitely will turn into physical action in any matter. If I admire somebody's, I don't know, any kind of property, I shouldn't name it, any kind of property, what I do, I will work for it, and get it. Even if I don't get it, I will really prepare my generation, new generation, my children to have it. So I will encourage them. Most of the time we find the families, what do? They encourage their children in order to fulfill what they themselves could not. And they lose hope for the fulfillment of it. So they impose on their children, they prepare them to do what they want to do. This is how we understood that the wife was sympathizing for those people. When Lot asked by God, when Lot was asked by God to leave this town, now they are as a whole is opposing the prophetic message, so they deserve a total destruction in the society, except those who believed and followed the prophet. So the wife was somehow psychologically with them or ideologically with them. So although she was living with Lot, but as Lot decided to leave these people, go away from these people physically, the wife couldn't. Now, it is not a matter of wife or husband. It is a matter of one's psychology, one's understanding turns into a physical action. That's what we have to pay attention to ourselves and be careful that always we have to disagree with what is wrong. Never say that it's okay, yeah, some people do it. No, although we don't interfere into people's life physically, nowadays it is not within our authority, but at the same time, in our mind, we should have this understanding in our mind that these people are doing something nasty. If we have any opportunity to stop it, not to contribute to it, we have to be responsible. We have to feel the responsibility within ourselves, inshallah. So, for example, nowadays, of course, this society gives you the opportunity to become a consumer. Not that you or even the believers feel that as long as I can afford, I can get it because I can afford it. It seems to be somehow legitimate. I'm not stealing it. It is my halal money. I mean, I worked for it. I got it. Now I have to entertain it. Seems to be, but we have to think of the consequence of it. Whatever I feel that I need it, is it really because it is the fashion? It is generally practiced in the society? so that I am blindly following them? Is it really necessary for me? So if we don't have this consciousness in our minds, what I find myself inclined towards it. We have to watch out for ourselves. This is what the Qur'an teaches us. Belief comes before action. Action follows the belief. If I strongly believe that I should not blindly follow the trend of this society, the trend of the culture that I was brought in, if I really strongly establish in my understanding this belief, it will never turn into action. But whatever I believe that it must be done, consequently, it turns into action. For example, if somebody really have a strong faith that he has to do certain things, giving a simple example, I am not praying, but I believe, I must pray, I must pray. You understand that this belief turns into a prayer, and prayer is always accepted. Today or tomorrow, this person, in this case, I give the example of myself, I find myself started praying. That is what how human psychology or human reality works. That's what I understood from why his wife, although she was the wife of a prophet, she was living with him, and she did see nothing wrong in his behavior, but she physically found herself doing the thing that she was not determined about it, that it is wrong. Didn't take action apparently. That is why she stayed behind. So 1384, verse 84, وَأَمْطَرْنَا عَلَيْهِمْ مَطْرًا فَانْظُرْ كَيْفَ كَانَ عَاقِبَةُ الْمُجْرِمِينَ. We poured upon them a rain. But in this case, the mercy rain turned into destruction. It is a very interesting concept that we are learning from the Quran. Very interesting. The mercy turns into destruction. Why? See what was the end of the crime, the criminals. Isn't that interesting? Think about it. Not only me, together. Let's think together. Of course, there are different words for rain. Matar is not a sympathetic rain, somehow destructive rain, but ultimately it is rain. So God always tells us in his, and also we see that we need water, and water is really supplied only by rain. Of course, it is created by God, and this rain is or is employed to turn the dry land, earth, into the, if you like, mother, or a source of millions of different kinds of creatures, plants, and then animals, of course, as a result of plants, animals, and living beings on earth. What does it mean here? God created human beings in two races, men and women. Men has some qualities and some weaknesses and needs. Women have some qualities and some weaknesses, needy. They find comfort within themselves if they come together. And God created us in such a way that men are inclined to women, women are inclined to men. Be together. This is just a mercy, nothing but mercy. So that, I mean, I cannot imagine really that I am a man and there is no woman, and with this manhood, I suffer a lot. Women also the same. Young people are really, really trying their, of course, I remember from my youth, trying to satisfy themselves with the other gender. Oh, what happened? Okay.
One slide back.
Okay, okay, it's changed. Now, you see that this beautiful creation, for example, some plants are created for some purposes, to be a sustenance to some animals, and what we do, we use them in a way that transform them into a harmful form for us. For example, the fruit juices, they are turned into alcoholic drinks. No, rahmah turned into destruction. This is an interesting concept that I think we understand from this verse, inshallah. Any comment about these verses, please? Anything you would like to share? So that we are closing in this case, we are closing the story of Lot now. Verse, okay, one verse, all right. Okay. Now, to the people of Midian, whoever they are, doesn't matter, a people, a group of people, we sent their brother Shu'aib. I mean, the scholars argue that their brother, it means the brother of the people of Midian, or the prophet's brothers. Every prophet is described in the Quran, the brother of other prophets, because they are fulfilling the same mission. That's why they are called brothers. Okay. From among themselves, it may mean, doesn't matter, but we understand that he is on the same mission, and of course, God usually sends or employs prophets from among the people themselves, not from some other places that they will come and try to speak to them in another language, and they are not familiar with this man. Who is that man? No, no, no. Most of the time, from their own self. So Shuaib was employed, and he said, my people, worship God alone. Ya qawmi, ubudullah. You have no deed other than him. Of course, you're a malikum min ilahin ghayruh. Yeah, the others are not really worth worshipping because they have no quality of themselves that they will be helpful to you. They are like created beings like yourself, and they are given to your service so that they can utilize it as human beings because you have some sort of status in creation because of your spirit, your soul, so that you are given the authority to use them in order to fulfill the need of your spirit. Now, it doesn't mean that we have the spirit, as the Quran calls it. You are the caliph, vicegerent. I'm acting on behalf of God in the world, not like God. It doesn't mean that I can do anything I want because I have free will. I can destroy them and waste them, do anything I want. No. In order to feel the need of your nature, who has extra quality than other creatures, which is called soul, from God's soul directly. So we have to know our mission in this world. It is a very sacred mission to my understanding, because I don't have any right to waste it. It has so immense quality, the soul, that if I use it, I will get to know my creator, my source of existence, at the highest level of recognition of him, God, knowing God. And then I can communicate through this knowledge, recognition. I can communicate with my creator. That is something priceless, I think. We have to appreciate this quality, and all the tools here are given to me, trusted to me, in order to fulfill this mission. If I waste it just to fulfill the bodily needs, physical needs of my body in this world, and work for it only, not utilize this work as well, these actions as well, I will be wasting the most precious trust in my existence. I don't know how I am doing it, that I cannot fulfill this mission. How dare I do it? I do it. I waste most of my time just concerning myself with transient things, temporary, fleeting things. I don't know how crazy I am, but unfortunately I'm doing it, and inshallah, I will, as we are friends here, we have to encourage each other. Look, we came here to utilize this trust, human capacity to understand the infinite qualities of the Creator and communicate with him through this realization, understanding. MashaAllah. You have no deity other than him, of course. How can I really trust my expectations to any part of this world? I am just fading away in this world, and they are also here temporarily existing, but they present to me the most precious present from their creator, which is the meaning in their existence. I have to read the meaning. I shouldn't carry the book as paper, lump of paper. I should carry the book for the meaning in them. That is what human beings are expected to do. But animals are expected to carry the paper lamp. I shouldn't be like them because I have been given the soul which recognizes God in full sense. I don't know how courageous I am that I wasted. What am I, how can I trust myself? How can I trust this feeling? I'm just really wasting it. The simplest way is wasting it. Okay. Clear evidence of the truth has now come to you from your Lord. It means really now. Ja'etkum bayyinatum min rabbikum. So what is that? It is very interesting now. Very interesting now. What is this truth? Clear evidence of the truth. Give full measure and weight. And don't deprive people of what is rightfully theirs. Now, at first, of course, it is true. I'm not saying it is not true. Most of the people understood it in this way. Give full measure. It means while you are weighing in the transaction, commercial transactions, here it is 1 pound of something and no less than a pound, and the price is this. But nowadays, the electronic, how do you say, cash machines or, I don't know, sorry?
Scales.
Scales.
Yeah.
Electronic scales. You cannot really play with them on the screen they show it. You cannot cheat. Do you think this is the end of the message of this verse? Because I cannot cheat in my way. Oh, there are. This is important, of course. This is important that we have to weigh right in our commercial activities. Measuring it, not only weighing, measuring it while we are measuring, for example, a material. We may cheat people, but that is included, definitely. But can I make a lot of cheating in this world? A lot of cheating. Cheating with the price and not measuring the people's right of understanding the truth. For example, advertising the best side of my production, but hiding the unwanted side, another cheating with the way, cheating people. But in ideological side, it is much, much more important. For example, there are lots of presentations of the things that in this secular societies, I mean, everywhere in the world, with no exception, always half truth is presented. So measure is cheated. Half truth is presented. For example, they say, you can entertain yourself, so entertain your freedom as long as you don't harm others. Okay, how about harming myself? Then I am left with the freedom to harm myself. That is one thing. Freedom is said, okay, you are free. Here is the free education. Okay, you can do anything, but you know, if you bring religious ideas, it causes problems. Why? Christians will say this, Jews will say that, Muslims, Hindus, all the other religious trends or customs, traditions will start fighting. Instead, get away them and teach them secularism, secularist education. So they say, look, we are being fair to everyone, but secular education has the freedom, religious education has not. Half truth, played again. So there are lots of matters that we should be taken into consideration. For example, rather than talking about, especially about Islam, I don't know, the people are troubled, bothered about Islam a lot, especially secularist people. Ordinary people, please don't misunderstand, ordinary people are not concerned with anything. They are not aware of what is going on. They just follow what they hear in the news or social media. So, misinterpretation about Islam is everywhere. They take one or two verses out of their context and hammer on them, speak about them. How about this? How about this? How about women's right in the Qur'an? How about this inheritance law against women? They say it, representation of social activities against women. They don't understand. They don't really teach what the main purpose of the Quran to teach and how these things are really perfectly fitting within the how do you say, belief system of the Quran, perfectly fitting according to Islamically administered society among the people who really believe in Islamic values, and bring it into a secular society. Look at this. In this society, look at this. How can you apply this rule now? It is impossible. Of course, this is a secular society. People's worldview is based on secularism, only worldly concerns, and their relationship, their interactions, economic transactions, then everything is based on social transactions, work values or morals, all based on this world. But Islam brings in a completely different context. This world, yes. But at the same time, this world is a transient education field. We cannot limit our expectations within the limitations of this world. So we have to put them in general context. So what they do now, they take examples in so-called Muslim societies, although there is no Islamic administration, there is no really Islamic education, and people are struggling just to fill their stomach. They don't have time in order to educate themselves in Islam. All those people who are educated in secularist system, education system, they are concerned with secularist worldview. So they aim at secularist way of understanding life and to satisfy it. Those people don't really mind about religion much. Of course, there are exceptions, definitely. In any case, always there are exceptions. And among the ordinary people, they have no religious education. And they take example from their life and present as this is what Islam is all about. What happened now? Half truth is presented. And sometimes false ideas are presented, not only half. So the measure is corrupt. So I understand from Shu'aib's or message that the Qur'an narrates to me, we have to be very careful not to be taken away from misrepresentations of reality. Only some part, most of the time, a small part of truth is presented, but big lump of the truth is hidden from the attentions of the people. The best example I can think of is the advertisement. By the way, in an Islamic society, advertisement and competition at the determination of the other side in order to swallow the small companies, make some sort of propaganda or economical ways of cheating, dominating the economy and adjusting the conditions according to your expectations, etc. All these kind of things. And what they do, they prepare everything. So monopoly is going on in the world as far as the big companies are concerned, and most profitable area. So you understand that they manipulate this economy as they want. While they are doing all this, they utilize advertisement. Many different ways of advertising something in a way that only the good side that the people will like is presented, but the other side is hidden. This is also really cheating with the measurement. So the best advertisement. Of course, we all know that, and I keep mentioning this because of the importance of it. If someone protects or how do you say, come on, the word didn't come to my mind. And presents, let's say, simple word. It is also simple, didn't come to my mind, really. Defend his belief and try to speak in scientific field, any sort of scientific field, he is not allowed. That is what we have to keep in mind. We think that all scientists are atheists. Not at all. I don't think so. Human beings that cannot be that corrupt at all. It is not that stupid. These people are bright people, hardworking people. They cannot be that stupid to be carried away by saying that the matter exists by itself. Are they not human beings like you and me? They should understand it is impossible. So what a wonderful things are going on in the creation. Of course, they will admire it, but two things. If they express their belief, at least their suspicion, saying that, look, the things cannot exist by itself. There must be something else, man. There must be something else to explain this phenomena. Wonderful things are going on, and a matter cannot arrange it by itself. Impossible. Suspicion. They cannot publish their papers. When they cannot publish their papers, they cannot get promotion. When they cannot get promotion, what will happen? They will be nobody in the field. Although they are great people, they will be nobody. No one can hear their voice. And if they insist, it is their freedom. So of this, like Median people's attitude to strive, it is the freedom, but there is no freedom to express your belief. So you cannot really teach your belief at all, impossible. Is it what freedom is? This is a free country, democratic system. So everybody expresses himself freely. All sorts of things are tricky going on in the whole world. So this Shu'aib's message is so important. Give full measure and weight, and don't deprive people of what is rightfully theirs. It means we should not really deprive people of knowing the truth, but the truth, only the truth, with nothing hidden behind it. Whole truth. That's what at court they ask you if you are witnessing something. All truth, not half of it. Okay, and do not spread corruption on earth after it has been well ordered. وَلَا تُفْسِدُوا فِي الْأَرْضِ بَعْدَ إِصْلَاحِهَا. So spread corruption, it doesn't mean that people will start killing each other in the street. No, no, no. The society is corrupted because they are so obsessed by the indoctrination of the secular system, so they cannot think of otherwise. They cannot sit and think, what am I doing in this world? What is my purpose of life? Because heavy indoctrination. How much money do you make? Did you get what you want? Are you satisfied with your life, but bodily life? These concepts are everywhere. All social media, anything, TVs or all kind of, are busy with this. Busy with this. Also, of course, there are exceptions. So, خَيْرٌ لَكُمْ إِن كُنْتُمْ مُؤْمِنِينَ. What's خَيْرٌ لَكُمْ إِن كُنْتُمْ مُؤْمِنِينَ. No. What's that? What am I doing? No. Yeah. So, okay, one more. I think. No. Yeah. All of this is for your own good if you would only believe. خَيْرٌ لَكُمْ إِن كُنتُم مُؤْمِنِينَ. So the earth is created perfectly, and everything is created in balance. Everything is the universe, the galaxies are really acting in balance. And everything is acting in balance. Animal life, plant life is really acting in balance. But in human society, in human mind, in human qualities, feelings, everything is destroyed or corrupted. That is what the news we get from this verse. Any comment?
Question. I have a question. Salam alaikum, Dr. Ali. Like when we were speaking about the amana and how the whole universe that's in harmony did not take that amana, and the human being took it, and the one who took it is in disharmony. Like I'm trying to tie this with the concept that you were discussing earlier, like everything out there that chose not to take the amana is in harmony, and we, the human race who is supposed to have accepted this amana, are not in harmony with ourselves, with each other, with our feelings, with
We have a relationship with others?
Relationship with others.
Corrupt relationship.
Corrupt, yeah. But everything else is in perfect relationship with each other, like the trees, the air, it's just the contrast is strong. And the word amana must have a role, because the Qur'an, God says he gave the amana to everything in creation. They said, no, we're not taking it. And human beings said, we can do this.
Now, God in the Quran, while we are reading the Quran, studying the Quran, we have to bear in mind one important point. Quran speaks in the from the perspective of creation, the capacity of creation. So when God this presentation presents this case in the Quran, we offer mountains and everything else in the world, the skies, etc. But human being took it. It means human being has been created with a capacity to take the amana. At the beginning of this class, today's discussion, we touched upon it a bit. This amana is the ability to get to know the Creator consciously. That is important. And as a result of free choice, which other creatures don't have, free choice. By using my free choice, I can use my capacity through using the qualities manifested in this world and recognizing the source of the existence of this capacity, which is called spirit, which is called human, what makes a human being. So this is a human side that as a result of using the free will, I can really fulfill what the qualities are given to me or not. Choose opposite side. For example, corrupted and claim the ownership of these qualities in order to satisfy my own very petty, limited expectations from this worldly life in order to satisfy this worldly life. But this emana you use, trust, is given to me in order to understand consciously the source of my existence, the source of existence of this human quality, which is the ability to know my creator with all of his qualities. So communicate with him. But what I find myself, I am not using my qualities to know the source of their existence, which the emana includes the capacity to get to know their source, consciousness, self-awareness. It is in my capacity, I know. If I prefer or to use, if I really choose to use to find out the source of this quality, I understand how to communicate with him. But if I choose not to use it in order to understand the source of my existence, but in order to satisfy my worldly, limited, petty expectations, according to my capacity, they are very petty, transient, just temporary things. Today I have, tomorrow I will die and it is gone. That's it. Every day I have it and I lose it. I have it and I lose it. And yesterday is gone. I cannot get it back. That's what we are experiencing in this world. So I think we are still here. So let's go back. Yep. We are spreading the corruption in the world. Why? The mountain, for example, the sky, they don't have free will. They receive the capacity, with no deviation, no hiding, no measuring halfway, completely demonstrating the qualities of their creator manifested in their existence. They don't hide it. They don't have any atom or any cell, don't claim that or show any sign of saying that it is me who is doing it. When you look at it, it has nothing, no power, no quality of itself, but it is as it happens, as it was created. My best example, simple example, I keep repeating the example of an art, a piece of art. A piece of art, when you look at, for example, a painting, when you look at the paint, do you see any quality in them or any appearance in them that they are the source of existence of the art manifesting on them? The paint, whatever the colors they are so innocent. They don't claim anything. They obey completely the demand, the will of the artist. Go this way, this much, this shade, Exactly. They don't disobey. And when you look at the art, no one is that crazy on earth that this art is caused by this paint. Paint completely says, no, 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 no. I cannot take the responsibility of whether measure it halfway, show it that somehow I have the authority to be the source of existence of the art on me. No, that is what the Quran is teaching me, my friend. That is what the Quran is teaching me. Be careful. Apart from the human beings, none of the creatures can do anything what you can do. That is why you have the enormous capacity. If you use it in the right way, you can improve it. But a cat is a cat. Finish. Period. Whatever you do, cat functions, it is created, but you can deprive the cat from doing that. But it is created for some mission. That's it. It fulfills automatic. It doesn't have, it doesn't learn. It doesn't need to learn from its mother or father or environment. No, no, no. Take a baby kitten and put it in a certain, not in a house, of course, this is conditioned that it is not natural way of living for a kitten. So let's say, leave it in a free, they call it natural environment, and see. And there is no cat at all. Do you think if it sees a mouse, can it stop? No. It doesn't, it is not given the quality to choose. Act as it is created. That is why human beings have a distinction among other creatures with this quality that we can choose, and we are given the opportunity, the facility to understand my creator in infinite ways in this world. I can look at this metal from there, another quality manifested here, there. All these qualities manifested in it, and study them, learn them, and understand that, because I am given the capacity to understand that their source of existence must be absolute, absolutely powerful, absolutely knowledgeable, absolutely free, absolutely wise, absolutely aware of everything what is going on, hears everything because he has created the hearing power to me, and sees everything. I understand through my quality that is given to me, that my creator has the power to see all. It's an absolute infinite quality of seeing everything, being aware of it. All these qualities are given to me. I should not hide it. I should not really cheat with the, okay. I should not cheat with the measuring. It means showing half truth. And I should not deprive people of their that don't deprive of don't deprive people of what is rightful theirs. Present the truth in my life and share it with others as much as we can. That's what I understood from this teaching. But we have to bear in mind, Quran cannot be read literally, and also Quran speaks in a kind of symbolic teaching as he is teaching in this verse as well. So give full measure and weigh. Well, we can understand only measuring the goods, commercial goods, and don't spread corruption on earth. No, sorry, and don't deprive people of what is rightful theirs. Give their share, full measure of their goods. That's it. But I don't think Qur'an speaks only for measuring here. So it continues, for example, don't spread corruption on earth after it has been well ordered. What does it mean? Message is now universalized. I cannot spread corruption on earth. It means in every matter, I have to give full measure of anything, knowledge, truth, anything. I should not hide some part of it. That's how I understand the Quran, to be able to read the Quran in order to receive its universal message. This is the ultimate purpose of the Quran. This is the ultimate purpose of God, who speaks to me to let me know what the whole truth is concerning this creation of the universe and life on earth and human beings. So that is, I think, the end of time. If you have any other questions and concerns, I would love to hear you. And yeah, wassalamu alaikum. Inshallah, I'll see you tomorrow. If not physically, but if you cannot make it, but in Zoom, inshallah.
So inshallah, tomorrow Tuesday is replacing Wednesday. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wednesday move to Tuesday and 6 o'clock. Then, inshallah.
Inshallah. Jazakallah kulla khair. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam, everyone. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم وآخر دعواهم أن الحمد لله رب